Before we start the podcast this week, we felt it was important to begin with a brief message. We started this podcast to be a piece of escapism from the world, and no matter your background or political opinions, we want that left at the door, in order to come together to share in a common passion for pop music. But what is happening in America transcends all political, class, and social economic backgrounds, and it is important we stand as allies to the Black Lives Matter movement. The racist murder of George Floyd by a US police officer, while 3 other officers stood by and watched as he begged for his life, is the harsh reality of what staying silent and being too afraid to speak can lead to. Racism is a systematic UK and global issue, and we can no longer stand on the sidelines and simply share our shock with a retweet or comment before scrolling on to the next issue. Don't just glance at someone's post and move on to the next one. This is a privilege as white people we can't ignore anymore, because our black and brown brothers and sisters don't have that luxury to just switch off from it. For them, there is no escaping it. If anything has intimidated you, or maybe made you feel uncomfortable, this can largely stem from a lack of understanding. The solution to this is to seek education and listen. We will post on our socials but some recommendations from us. Books. Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race by Rennie Edalodge. An Inglorious Empire, What the British Did to India by Sashi Thoreau. Documentaries. 13th, The House I Live In, and The Force. Podcasts. The Stoop by Hannah Baba and Layla Day, and The Nod by Brittany Luce and Eric Eddings. We also have to be active. Other ways to support are through donating and actively protesting. To find out more on this, we recommend visiting blacklivesmatter.com, where you can find more information about the UK. And finally, check out UK Black Pride at ukblackpride.org.uk. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Bopcast, your weekly indulgence into the world of pop. Each episode will highlight a different topic and share our pop culture moments of the week, celebrating the genius of this genre in all its forms. The stigma around pop needs to change, and we're here to tell you why. So, whether you stan pop music, want to expand your knowledge, or you just want some light relief from the impending doom and existential dread that comes from modern living, we've got you covered. The term guilty pleasure is cancelled. This week, we're going to take a look at Lady Gaga's new album Chromatica and discuss what she means to us as an artist. I'm Ryan, and with me are fellow Chromatica citizens Lowry and Tom. How are we, guys?
Yeah, baby.
Yay.
My kindness tanks. Put your fucking paws up, baby.
Put your fucking paws up.
What have we all been up to? Lowry, you're looking sun-kissed and like Jessie Ware today.
Oh my God, honestly.
Yeah, very Jessie Ware today.
I'm snatched today. I literally, what have I done? I just like walking the dog, reading my book.
Stunning.
Finished The Housewives of Potomac, however you say it. Absolutely obsessed.
Potomac?
Yeah.
How many hours? 50 hours, Tom, I've done?
Yeah, me and Larry have worked out. We've listened to we've watched over 55 hours of Real Housewives since lockdown, which is over two whole days.
So if anyone feels bad about themselves and feels like they're not doing much in this period, then just remind yourselves that I've literally watched 2 days worth of Real Housewives. And I don't regret 1 second of it, Tom. So it's brilliant.
55 hours.
Yeah. Yes. I was laughing as well today. You could tell Larry's been feeling herself because she never normally wants us to like take photos and stuff when we're recording. And today she was like, "Oh, should we have a picture?
Should we just have a
picture today to sort out Chromatica?"
My hair
someone's had a shower this morning, haven't they?
Treat yourself.
But yeah, I'm looking good today. Monday, let's get this done. Like, how are you two? How are you, Ryan?
Let's fuck it up. My hay fever. Is hay fever fucking anyone else? I'm like...
No, I'm alright actually.
God. Well...
I've got really bad like eczema on my eyes from it.
From hay
All
fever.
it's all
From
swollen.
hay fever.
Swollen.
Swollen.
It's swollen.
The pollen's apparently come back hard.
Oh, because pollution normally like makes it kind of like
I
masks
just want to
it.
go real hard. Pink pollen in the dark.
Yeah.
You won't be able to see us at home, but Tom is modelling a Chromatica merch, Stupid Love t-shirt.
Stupid lipstick.
It's a hot pink, kind of 100% kind of polyester Fruit of the Loom style.
That is definitely Fruit of the Loom. I was about to say that is a Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah, the way I would describe this t-shirt is that she has tried to make it as close to a replica of a very cheap band t-shirt as possible, but without the cheap price tag.
That's so...
Yeah.
her
I
mind,
feel like
her
if I-
mind.
Her mind, do you know what I mean? Like, she's made me
Securing
pay
those
extra
coins then.
She is.
for essentially a t-shirt I could make and print myself in a shop around the corner.
Yeah.
But I was
Tom,
promised...
can you stand up so I can see the full print? Because I can just see the S.
Oh, honey, shall we go in? Here we go. And I've got this recording room to myself.
Is it a pair of lips and
It's a pair of...
a bear
Yeah,
trap?
It's now not like...
Yeah, it's a bear trap, some lips, kind of probably got House Labs cosmetics on.
But it's funny, actually, because this is what... Because it's obviously a love heart
Oh, it is. I
as
didn't get
well.
that.
It's a bear trap. And Blackpink used that in their video for Kill This Love. They do the dance routine in... I just did some Blackpink dance routines for people who aren't watching.
Yeah, I thought they were all in the room then.
Yeah.
I didn't realise the bear trap was a love heart.
Yeah, it's clever, right? But it is copied from Blackpink.
The lips are a lot. I'm not sure how I feel about the lips.
Quite aggressive.
I just quite like it. I like the design of it, which is why I bought it. And I was meant to get early release for tickets, and I was meant to get the album early.
Yeah.
But instead I got
Did you not?
a t-shirt, which I
You
can't...
didn't get either.
Did you
Where-
not get the album early?
No, because it was pushed
No.
back.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, because you were meant to get it sent, weren't you? So the whole thing was the t-shirt and this were all meant to arrive with the album,
Oh, fuck.
which then didn't arrive. So essentially I paid for an overpriced t-shirt, which during unemployment was an absolutely fantastic
Oh my god.
life decision.
That's why they
It's
invented
one of those
universal credit.
Yeah, like the irony of it is that I would not be able to wear this to the Chromatica ball because I would have
It's not going ahead.
bleeding. I would have to wear Vaseline because it's so harsh, the material, that even me walking to the kitchen to get a glass of water could cause
fire.
intense nipple rash at any time. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Not only is the t-shirt highly flammable, but the friction between my nipples and the t-shirt could cause it to alight at any time.
I have a theory
Must
that
be a new fabric on Chromatica then, you say.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like it's so that everyone wears it to the gig and then the rain will fall and it will just disintegrate the clothes because they're so cheap and everyone will be
Yeah.
dancing naked.
Yeah.
That's the marketing ploy that I'm thinking is behind it all. That's the
I
genius.
think so. Maybe that is
Of
what
the
it's meant
house.
to happen. Maybe on the date that the gig in North London was supposed to happen, that's when this t-shirt will disintegrate.
Just crumble.
So I might just
Yes.
wear it on that day, and it'll just slowly dissolve and turn into something else, or I'll just be sat here on my sofa with my Corona belly watching Real Housewives.
Oh, the dream.
Either option sounds fantastic, to be honest.
yeah. Either way, I'm not complaining.
Okay. Anyway, to keep this on a clear path, which I'm really bad at doing, we normally, obviously, people that listen to the show will know that we do a Bop Culture moment of the week. Personally, I haven't really been listening to anything at the minute this week. Chromatica has
Nothing.
completely taken over my life.
Has there actually, Joe? I was going to make a joke then and be like, oh yeah, like as if there's has anything come out?
So-
But it is interesting. I definitely, compared to last, I wonder
There's
whether, because
less.
last week we were like, oh my god, we were being starved. Like I wonder
Yeah.
if everyone just went, fuck,
yeah.
fuck. Gaga's releasing on this day. Like we have to get it out the week
There must
before, the
be
week
some-
after. and
There
move
is
it
there,
around.
Yeah.
there are some singles that have been released. I don't think many albums have. I did take a quick look. I saw the H released, I think an LP or an EP. I don't think it's a full album.
Yeah.
But there has been significantly less. That's a definite.
I think you would do that though, wouldn't you? If you knew that
course.
Chromatica was coming, you'd be like, I am not releasing
Yeah.
anything that day because no one is going to even know that it's out.
Yeah.
I've just been in Chromatica the whole time, love. Permanent
Me
resident.
too.
I know. I mean, it's been no sleep, bus, club, another club, another club, another club, plane,
Chromatica.
next place, no sleep, another club,
Say it's brilliant, shit on it, spit on it, piss on it, vomit it.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever done before, unafraid to reference or not reference.
Yes.
Terrifying.
Put it in a blender, shit on it, vomit on it, eat it, give birth to
You
it.
can tell Tom's a TikToker, can't you?
Yeah.
Chromatica review, yes, go, yeah.
Stunning. Okay, so we're obviously going to take a look at Chromatica and discuss what Gaga means to us. Chromatica is Gaga's 6th studio album as a solo project since kind of 2016 when she released Joanne, which was obviously a completely different style of music, different kind of genre, different take on things. Kind of had a less favourable response than this current album that came out last week.
What did you think of Joanne? What are
Joanne,
people's thoughts? And
I actually, do you know what? The first couple of tracks I really like. Like, I think Diamond Heart is a really good song and a really good album opener.
it's great.
And it just it's one of those
great.
that I like to like listen to when you're like walking down the street, or you just go to the shops and it's like blasting out and you're in like a music video.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Diamond Heart for me is when you've been for 3 pints after work and you get the tube home and you're walking through and you literally feel like you're in a music video.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
100%.
It's just one of those ones where you get and you're just walking up the aisle and you're just walking through.
Yeah.
Like it's a lip sync moment on the Central line back to East London for sure.
And AO as well slaps.
Rio's a
Yeah.
bop.
And John Wayne.
I actually don't
Love
mind
John
it as an
Wayne.
album at all.
I think
I love the video for John Wayne as well. That's a great video.
that was her first like glimpse back into that was like her
Yeah.
old days, wasn't it? Because she was like doing choreography. It was all a bit
Yeah,
weird.
Smash the Bottle.
Yeah, it was great, and I love that it continued from the Million Reasons video.
Yeah,
But
like,
I just-
I'm not a ballad fan at all, but weirdly, I really like her.
She does ballads well.
I really like that she does, because what I like about it is that I just think with Gaga, there's just no soft edge.
No.
So even when she's doing a ballad, it's still like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no like soft or
Like
in.
she's
It's
gonna
still like,
clap.
just like, yeah. It's like like Million Reasons. Like you honestly, like I do think she's just gonna collapse at the end of it.
Yeah.
Go down.
And also,
Like, I like
Hey
that.
Girl is enough to give me an aneurysm. Like her and Florence just like over each
It's
other.
literally a screaming match.
It's not nice.
On the documentary, I'm literally like, they're literally just
When they're in the
screaming at one
studio.
another, trying to get higher.
And you can't hear the vocal, the backing. You just can't hear the
What?
vocals. just, hey girl. It is a lot. It is a lot, and that's what I
Yeah,
mean. Like
it's
the
a lot.
album kind of it peters off to. I mean, you get to Angel Down and like Grigio Girls, and you're just like, oh, Sinner's Prayer slaps.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And Perfect Illusion.
I just don't think it was as bad.
Oh my
I
god,
just-
Perfect
I
Illusion
guess
album, so
Perfect Illusion is
really
one
good.
of the best. It's my favourite thing sometimes is to go back and like
I
watch
actually love that song. I
like
have to listen to
watch
that.
the compilations of the reaction videos,
Oh,
because I do think Gaga does first song better than anyone. Like the first song in the tease.
The mic swing
Yeah.
as well. I want it.
the teaser.
And then when she did, do you remember when she did all the press in the UK and she was turning up and she had that like she was
it was
wearing a
cool.
white
yeah.
crop with the
Yes.
under boob.
Yes.
And she's like in Radio 1 at like 8 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
like with under boob.
With
And
tits
I was just like, yes, why not?
Yeah.
I just think that people wanted. I think we've been starved of like. I think if she'd have released that, like maybe a year after Art Pop, or maybe like if we hadn't been waiting for like some actual Gaga for so long, I think it would have been better received. I think that because we just hadn't had it, like we just had the Tony Bennett era.
Cheek to cheek.
Yeah, we'd had Cheek to Cheek, and then Art Pop had obviously had its like
Art flop.
No.
Art flop
Shut up.
moment.
Ryan loves that.
I went to the
love
Art
Art
Rave. I went to the
I
Art
like
Rave.
actually. I do really like some of the songs off there.
What's your
Very
fave?
impressive.
Let's exclude Chromatica. Build up to. Do you know? I'll even include the Star Is Born album. Which one is your favorite body of work? And I'm including Star Is Born because there are some absolute fucking bangers on that album.
It's hard because I'm really torn between Fame Monster and Born This Way, just because Born This Way for me
Yeah.
That's the one I go back to the most and listen to. So I'm probably going to say Born This Way. Heavy Metal Lover.
Oh.
Just Born This Way. Even Love Judas. Shiza. Just all of them. Bloody Mary. Absolute slaps.
I think Judas is my favourite. I think Judas is my top
that body whip
song.
I absolutely love Hair, Body, Face.
Trying to leave you.
I absolutely love Monster as well. Those are like my kind of stands, and I do love Happy I Could Die. Those are like my kind of
Dance in the Dark.
Yeah, Dance in the Dark, Sex Dreams. I do have Sex Dreams though. But yeah, I think Born This Way, I think that was when I was just like, wow, this woman is amazing. Like, she is just a cut above.
Yeah.
You know? She's a bit wacky, a bit weird, but I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Tom?
Yeah, you sort of see the maturity with Born This Way. Yeah, I was like listening back to them all yesterday. I do think Born This Way as an album is just you really notice like the production levels going up and her influence creeping in a lot more. I think, you know, with that album, I think you definitely saw her starting to sort of like cement herself and really kind of putting her own personality. And I guess like she was so famous at this point. Yeah. You know, I think minus Ariana Grande, there just hasn't been someone who's just been that level of famous. Maybe minus, I think it's been Beyonce, Rihanna, Gaga and Ariana. Like, I just don't think there's been...
I think Katy Perry was up there at one point.
Yeah, Katy Perry. Cheryl.
But that was like...
Cheryl.
Cheryl will always be a superstar in my eyes, whatever. Yeah.
Alright, I don't know why you brought Cheryl to... We haven't officially been noted whether Cheryl's been allowed into Chromatica or not yet, so I guess we better...
Well,
I'm gonna go to court. I'm gonna go to court for her.
Yeah, you're gonna plead her case. Yeah. But yeah, Born This Way for me for sure. I just think there's those kind of like weird pop stuff. I like that there's kind of this like, because there's bits of it in Chromatica as well, but you know, there's bits of that kind of like weird Euro. I love it when she does her like weird Euro pop Italian stuff.
Routine Shiza, she's like...
Yeah.
She's doing like a German like like choreography.
But I love... But then that's why I like with the bits in the Fame Monster. Like, I love when she does those weird bits, like in Fame Monster, with all the Alejandro stuff and all of those.
But Alejandro, oh my God, help
I know that we are young, and I know that you may love me.
I remember someone in school, Tom, I was listening to on one of the computers, and somebody came up to me and went, that song's so weird, doesn't make any sense. So I just looked at them and I was like, your taste first.
You're right.
You're right, it doesn't, but it does. Okay?
Move on, Claire.
What about you, Ryan? What's your favourite, darling?
I think, for me, I've always kind of thought The Fame Monster is my favourite. But now that I'm thinking back to Born This Way, and also I saw the Born This Way ball, and it was honestly, I mean, we'll talk about it another time.
I'm so jealous.
But that was like one of my favourite gig experiences ever. So that means a lot to me in that whole album. But she also obviously did the Fame Monster tracks because she didn't do a separate tour for the Fame Monster, I don't think. But the Fame Monster like has Monster on it, which I think is my favourite Gaga song of all time. And
when I first heard Monster, I just remember feeling sick.
Because it was so good.
Really? I'm really...
And Teeth.
Monster?
Yes, Luke. Luke?
I'm so indifferent.
Who the fuck's Luke?
Who's Luke, Ryan?
Oh, God. I don't know.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Yes, Tom.
You're just disorientated thinking about Monster.
I am. Sorry, I was living in...
That song for me is so forgettable.
What?
Tom,
why?
No.
I really am so indifferent.
If you think that,
I'm so indifferent
about
that
song.
I'm sorry, your band, love. You were 50-50 entry anyway, but now that's just.
I'm going to call it out. I'm going to call it out.
T-shirts are fooling anyone.
As we've been going through these and we talk about like favourite songs on albums, you two always have the weird. Like I always feel like you guys just have pick the weirdest one.
The best taste. Yeah.
Right. It's just like.
Oh my God, Monster is
that, like even in the Charlie one, there was just like these like it was just like the sort of like the really sort of like weird niche ones. I felt like that you guys always tend to go for. Nah.
Wow.
No, I'm not having it.
Stay with the locals, Tom.
Majority, Tom. The majority always wins, so you're not the majority. So alas, you've lost.
And Ryan, for you, like obviously you were quite keen on wanting to like do this episode. Like, is Gaga for you like you're probably your like top like top artist for you, or someone who you feel like has probably been?
I think so. I think she's the one artist that I can kind of properly recall tracking from her like kind of earlier days to now. I think it was quite. She was quite significant in me during like those formative years of addressing like sexuality and things like that, and kind of seeing this strong like female who wasn't afraid to speak up about LGBTQ plus rights and everything else, politically. I think for me, I kind of, that something really resonated with me, and I think her theatrical side really spoke to me. I think because I did a lot of like, obviously went to drama school, and I like did acting from like a really young age, and was kind of like, even in when I was younger and like into like musical theatre and stuff, it'd always be like the really belty, like strong women that I would be drawn to and that I would listen to. And then she of came along, and she had that theatrical side to her, which I think I was just really drawn to, and seeing her on TV shows where she just wasn't afraid to kind of do things like when you mentioned Jonathan Ross earlier, when she went on there and did Poker Face and just kind of screamed it, and I was like, what the fuck is this bitch doing? But I love it. And
you just didn't know what to expect, did you?
Not at all. And that's what
she always had a surprise.
She was such a, not to put this word in there, enigma. But she really was. And I think the fact that she is like such a talented singer, dancer, actress.
She always wants to be an actress, right?
She did always want to be an actress.
Oscar nominated, thank you very much. I don't know where the dramatic pause was for that.
No, just because do you know what? I think she's incredible. Just sorry to go off topic.
Yeah,
I think she's amazing in A Star Is Born. American Horror Story, not so much. But
I disagree.
Your boy has a jawline
for days.
Actually improvised that line.
Yeah, but then they like made her do it like 3 more times.
I love that you know that. I love that you know that.
They made her do it again like so many times. Later on in the series.
What was that the one when she was in 5'2" and she was like really stressed?
That
about
was
the role.
Roanoke.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not fucking going out
when
there.
She played the...
So good.
I love when she tried to
she
say
played
that
the
How Could
original.
Die was about Lily Allen.
I know, she tweeted her and was like, this was about you, I wrote it with you in mind. But yeah, so the theatrical side to her is really what stood out, and the fact that she is literally like, you watch her. And I remember getting picked up from work when I was quite young, and it was when she was doing Radio 1's Big Weekend, and we listened to it on the radio, and my dad was like, she is a star. And I was like, yes, she is. And like, it wasn't kind of out then and stuff, and I was just like, yeah, Dad likes her, cool. And he was like, I remember him being, because I was like, he knew that I wanted to go to drama school and stuff, and he was like, you've got a lot of work to do if you want to be as good as her. And I was like, I mean, I don't want to be a recording artist, but like, I don't want to headline Radio 1's Big Weekend.
I just love this image of your dad expecting you to come back from drama school like Christmas dinner in a meat dress.
Go!
Like just sat there in meat dress.
I know,
like,
he's going to be my dadager.
Just being like,
You've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. I don't know if that was like I don't know if that was shade, like, you're shit. So if you want to be to that level. Okay, so we're gonna jump into Chromatica and just dissect, disseminate, and just discuss.
Yay! I'm
awful.
excited.
Before I jump into this, I want to check that you're all eligible to come along to Chromatica. So I've got a little quiz.
I am.
So
I've already bought my ticket. It's non-refundable.
I've got my t-shirt on. If I'm not allowed into Chromatica now after buying this overpriced cheap t-shirt, I'll be fucking fuming.
Sorry, loves. You have to go to Durham instead. So, for those of you that aren't aware, there is actually an account on Twitter called the United States of Chromatica, and they have set some rules for the fictional planet of Chromatica that Gaga has created. It's fucking wild. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to test your knowledge. I'm going to read out a couple of laws, but some of them I've made up myself. You have to, as a true citizen would, you need to decipher which is the legitimate law and which is not.
So is this me v Lowry now, or is it just to see if we get? Do we have to get a certain mark to get in?
Good question. Didn't think about that. Do you know what? I'd like you both to come with me to Chromatica. So I'd say you need to get at least 3 right.
Okay.
To board. So imagine I'm literally stood at the plane, and you've got to take.
So this is like when you go into America.
The boarding passes.
Yeah, this is like when you go into America and you've queued for 4 hours to then be quizzed by a guy in an outfit.
Can I just say, off topic, when I went to Dallas in like 2012 by myself, see some family, they were like, why are you here? I was like, oh, I'm seeing some family. And like, oh, you didn't want to go and see other family or, you know, go on holiday somewhere a bit closer to England? I was like, no, what?
They ask you really weird questions.
Can you let me in, please?
They do.
Anyway, probably homophobic. Right, so, first question, is this fact or fiction? The capital of Chromatica is Babylon.
I think it's correct.
Yeah, I'm going to go true.
That's true. That is a correct law.
Come on.
Can you count your own scores, please? Because I don't have a pen and paper.
I've got a little notepad.
Stunning. Okay.
Just in case I forget.
Second question. In Chromatica, hip surgery comes free of charge.
That's not true. It should be, but I don't think that's true.
False.
No, that was mine. That was, well done.
Yeah, I got to the point now.
Yeah, you're both on 2 points. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
One more point on boarding, love.
Okay.
The next one is what class we get, whether we get business or economy.
Hallucinate by Dua Lipa is played from speakers around the city at the top of every hour.
Yes, true.
Yeah, true.
Okay, that is true. Do you know what? I'm going to move this to like... Yes! I'm going to move this to... Okay, you're boarded, okay? I'll let you board.
Yeah.
We're on.
I'll let you go into premium economy if you get the next one.
Okay.
Oh, stunning.
Speaking...
All about the legroom.
We'll get there. Speaking ill of Art Pop or Joanne is a mandatory life sentence without the possibility of parole.
False.
True.
That is a true law, I'm afraid. Tom, you are stuck in economy. Larry, you're up to premium economy. Okay. Jessie J is currently serving a life sentence in Chromatica prison for crimes against music.
False.
Oh, I thought I'd written these really...
That's you.
That is me.
Yeah, but it's just because it's you.
Yeah, that is a false law.
You let your own prejudice... You let your own opinions get the better of you then. Yeah, I'm in premium economy, you're in business.
Okay, let's see if we can get you to first. Heterosexuality is legal on Chromatica, but not ideal.
That is true.
It is true. Sorry, Lau.
Yeah, it's not
I'm
ideal.
in first class. I'm not worried.
Amazing. Right, let's get boarding.
Yay! At least I don't have to sit by Tom for 14 hours on the flight.
See, and she knows how long it takes to get there. Now, we did a little listening party before all of this. Last Friday.
Did it?
Obviously,
it was cute.
Yeah, it was sweet. I've never actually done that.
Yeah, to put Ryan into context, the fact that we managed to get Ryan to wait until the next morning to listen to it together, like getting him to not listen to leaks or not listen to anything. Honestly, it was like Ryan had just, you see those, you see those scenes and it's like a little kid. And they're like, right, I'm going to leave this in front of you. I'm going to leave the room and I'm going to be back in 5 minutes. That was what it was like with Ryan, trying to get him to not listen and wait. So I do very much, I was very like, it felt special on that morning because the fact that we'd made you like avoid the leak. The fact that you even had it on your phone. You didn't help yourself by literally putting it on your phone.
I don't know what you're talking about. That would be illegal, Tom. And I do not... involve myself in illegal activity.
You just took a screenshot of your mate's phone.
It was actually from someone's Instagram, I think.
Yeah. So
okay, well let's jump into Act 1 of Chromatica, shall we? So again, for those that don't know, Gaga has split up the tracks. It's a 16-track album, standard album. The deluxe has a couple more tracks, but she's kind of done it in interludes. So she's got Chromatica 1, Chromatica 2, Chromatica 3 that kind of run out throughout the album, and they're kind of like cinematic, like Hans Zimmer style, like full live band interludes.
Yeah, very orchestral.
That's the word I was looking for. Not full live band. Fucking hell, Ryan, read a book.
Full live band.
Full live band. Yeah, let's crack into the first segment, first chunk. Chromatica 1.
Yeah.
How did we on first listen? Obviously, this chunk obviously contains all of the singles. What were your kind of initial thoughts? Actually, firstly, what do you think of those two as singles?
I see Rain on Me as really part of the work, and I can see it as part of how it flows. Weirdly, I think Stupid Love doesn't sound like anything else on the album at all. I think it's got like a.
I literally have the exact same thing written down.
Yeah,
I have the exact same thing written down.
I'm quite surprised that was her lead single, actually. Listen to the whole of it. It's not one of my favourites off the album, but yeah, it's not. But however, Rain on Me, I think, really sets the precedent. Really takes you to that place that she's gone. You know, it's kind of that dancey house pop vibe, just really happy, euphoric, and really just sets the tone.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's
I'm
the
not
message,
massively
isn't
in
it?
love with Stupid Love, but I love Rain on Me. Absolutely love it.
Normally, like, the first song is the one that's kind of quite bold or quite out there, or the really like standout one, where it's weird because when I first listened, if you listen to Stupid Love when it first came out, you're like, oh my god, this is her back. This is another like loud, in your face pop track. It's almost the most simplistic on the album, I think, kind of out of everything. But I agreed with you. It was like when you go from like Alice, which I think is potentially my top song. I love Alice. Into this, and then Rain on Me. Like, I kind of agree with you. It just kind of is like, it doesn't really fit.
Yeah, I think it's really hard. I'd love to kind of listen to the whole album without having listened to the singles first. I think it's really hard to get an objective kind of viewpoint on it. Lau, what do you think of the music video choices for the two singles?
I think it's so funny that she shot Stupid Love on iPhone, her mind.
It's just so
I do love it. Like, I really missed her like choreo. Like, no one else on the planet has choreo like her. Yeah. I really like there's like a really clear theme to her songs and the videos. I absolutely love the video for Rain on Me. I just think it's really happy and fun.
So
They just seem really happy in it, both of them, and it's nice to see them both. Obviously, they found one another, and they obviously relate to one another as well. But I just absolutely love it, and I just really love it. I think I really enjoyed the first part of the album. I'm a Free Woman stan. I just love it. I think it's a really good song. I really like that. Obviously, she works really well with Blood Pop as well. And I think they've got a really good chemistry. And
could I ask a quick question? Could one of you provide a bit of a brief on who Blood Pop is?
Yeah, go on, Larry.
I know he's like kind of from the background of like the EDM DJ world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's the head producer on the album, by the way.
Head producer on this album. Has worked with Gaga before. Has worked with like a lot of the big pop people like Justin Bieber. He's much more of like a collaborative producer, kind of like Blood Pop featuring Justin Bieber. You know, he's not as much behind the scenes.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the second. So from Chromatica 2, we then have 911, Plastic Doll, Sour Candy, and Enigma, and then Replay. How do we think, first impressions to this? I think we all kind of lost our shit at the kind of...
Yes.
Especially Enigma and Replay are absolute kind of Eurovision disco bangers. And I just remember seeing us all on Zoom, literally just like convulsing.
Couldn't catch our breath.
I mean, can we just talk about Chromatica 2
into 911? Honestly, I have to. I mean, I try and listen to the kind of preludes anyway, but if I listen to 911, I have to put Chromatica 2 first because I just got goosebumps thinking about it. Like, it's...
Yeah, oh my god, exactly.
It's just something about it. I don't know what it does to my brain and what the science is behind that, but something happens, and it's just that combination of like... Agree. It's weird. It sounds like a video game, like you're about to like go and like beat a boss. Like, it's just a weird, like... It's a bit ominous and a bit kind of suspect, but then also the other side of you're like, okay, like let's do this. Like I can't explain it.
Yeah, what I kind of thought was that it's like you've got that Act 1 bit where it's kind of like, okay, this is my radio stuff. This is what I'm going to do for what I'm going to do for the chart. This is what I'm going to, this is my surface. You know what I mean? This is like what you see from the outside. This is the kind of holiday brochure. Yeah. And then it's like Chromatica 2. As soon as that bit drops into 911, you're like, okay, we're here now. We've arrived. We've checked in. We've put our luggage. We've checked into our hotel room. We've put our luggage away, and it's like, okay, we're in now. Let's just fucking go for it.
It's a very definite start to a new section. You know, you do. You're like, okay, fuck, we're here. I'm obsessed with this section. It's my favourite section. It was almost too much for me to handle on a first listen trip. Yeah. What about you? What's your favourite Rise at 1 or 2?
It's really hard because because it's hard to kind of, with the singles, to kind of acknowledge them.
Yeah.
I kind of see them as, it's like seeing them as a bit separate. But I do love, and I actually really quite like Stupid Love as a track. Stupid Love.
Yeah.
And Alice and Rain on Me,
I do
Free
as well.
Woman. Fun Tonight, I can kind of take it or leave it. But I just think, 911, in like Chromatica 2 into 911, just for that kind of transition, I think this has to be my one of my favourite acts, I would say, in this collection. It's very, very exciting. Okay, cool. Let's go on to the final act from Chromatica 3. We have Sign from Above, 1,000 Doves, and Babylon. Initial kind of thoughts and feelings when you listen to this?
I absolutely love Sign from Above. It's the D&B breakdown at the end is like insane.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming the first time I listened to it. Like, holy
Which
shit.
remember when we listened to it, I thought something else had started playing. I thought I'd fucked up my headphones. And I was
you're
like,
like,
what is that?
"What's going
What
on?"
is
You're like,
that?
"What's going on?"
What is that? Absolutely one of the biggest surprises, I think, on the whole album. Because, she normally wheels out like Elton John or someone because they're friends. And you're like, okay, this will be... it'll be like a little ballad, a little piano number where they can play it together.
It must have been quite freeing for him to do something like this. And I guess Elton's always done stuff like this, like, what was it, Ghetto Gospel, which he did with the sample from Tupac. And that was, do you remember how big that was? That was like number one for ages. So it's quite cool that he's done something like this. The end of it is insane. Like, there's just not, you just can't compare this to any other pop album that's kind to have that kind of production on it. Like, that is the one that I want to be at the back of a huge warehouse room with all the strobes going and just like, there's just a certain grunge to this album which she's had glimpses of before, but I just think there's a grittiness to this which is so good.
And so we did miss off Elton John's duet with Blue as well. Sorry seems to be the hardest word.
Oh my god, which is a bop.
Didn't want to miss that one.
I'm sorry, I love that.
Yeah,
What was that?
Huh?
What's the song title of that?
Was it a cultural reset? I think it was. Yeah,
it's the Holy Trinity: Sign from Above, Ghetto Gospel, and Sorry seems to be the hardest word.
Could I also ask? Can we talk about Sour Candy?
Oh yeah, we didn't. Sorry, we didn't.
Because
going back to Sour Candy, back in Act 2.
Yeah.
I need to talk about this song. I love this song so much.
Yeah, I'm obsessed. I've had it stuck in my head all night.
And like, to collaborate with Blackpink is just
genius.
Really
Blackpink, if you don't know, are a 4-person girl group from South Korea who, if you haven't heard of them, will change your life. Like, they are probably my favourite girl band.
Sick.
Like, they are incredible.
Sick. Okay, back to Chromatica 3. How do we think this fits in?
It does feel like a closing act. I love 1,000 Doves. That's like one of my highlights as well.
Really? 1,000 Doves for me, it sounds so fucking Eurovision. It doesn't stand out as much. But I think because there's so many tracks to listen to, I think once I've had more time to digest it, I think I will kind of have even more.
I agree with you on that. I feel like there's some tracks, I definitely think Enigma's like that. 1,000 Doves is one that I need to like properly listen to. She's not done any ballads, which I stan. I'm not like, I'd like a Lady Gaga ballad.
As you said, you don't like a ballad, Tom.
No, ballads are not my thing.
Do you not like Speechless?
Yeah, but that's the thing. But that's the thing. Like, I like a Gaga one because it's just like there's still that energy. But yeah, 1,000 Doves is incredible. But again, like, I feel like I need more time to listen. Like, there's so many good songs and they're so complex on this album.
Do we think Babylon is a good album closer?
I'm not obsessed with Babylon. I'm not obsessed.
You're not.
I know it's the capital of Chromatica, but
yeah, because and the versions that I heard before, because I think they had it in a House Labs, I think an advert for it.
Yeah,
or
they
like
did something
an
like that.
editorial they did. And it's a lot. It's kind of a bit heavier. But yeah, okay, we've got to the end of Chromatica. We've landed, we've boarded, we've listened, we've enjoyed.
Yeah.
We've put a mortgage down. We've had our mortgage agreed.
Down. We've got dual citizenship. Are there any kind of standouts for you? I know we've kind of discussed it, but if you give me one track that for you is your go-to when you open the album, I mean,
it's hard because I'm torn between two. At the moment, like, it might change, but actually it's Sign from Above. I'm just obsessed.
Interesting.
I'm really obsessed. I absolutely love the chorus. Like, it just feels so euphoric. Like, it just takes me somewhere else.
Mine is Alice. It really is. Like,
You're an Alice stan.
It sets it up. It's got just a big Gaga bit at the start. You've got all the little. What I think she does so well with that song is there's all the little hints. So she like teases you that she's going to do some of her like spoken rappy stuff. She's going to give you vocals. She's going to do like. It's really hard to pick. Would you have one, Ryan, or would you like pick one? Let's say you were allowed one from each. If you're allowed to listen to, you're only allowed one from each to listen to again.
God. I think it would have to be... I'd have to go Rain on Me for the first section.
Yeah.
Just because it is... And it just gets better the more and more you listen to
it.
And
It's just got better, isn't it?
I probably will listen to it to the point where I get bored of it, like I do with everything.
Yeah.
Chromatica 2, I'd go probably 911. Oh, fuck no, but Replay. Oh.
Go with your first instincts. I have to accept your first answer.
I think 911. At the minute, it's 911, but it always changes. And then I'd go for, I think, Sign from Above, just because it's just so completely different to what I expected. It's like her true like return to form. I think she's played it a tiny bit safe. I think, but then I think she was. I think that's what's missing. But the danger of that is, I think with art pop, I think she then threw everything at it, and I think that was the result of just her just doing whatever the fuck she wanted. I think she's reined it in a bit, and I think I'm glad that she kind of didn't go too fucking wild, and I just love that she's done a dance track, and that's what she wants.
I agree.
I think the visuals that have accompanied this album have been stunning. I love the whole kind of era as a concept. I think it's just excellent.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I think absolutely just to short and sweet, I think she has played it safe, but I think it does what it needs to do. It's still really exciting. I still got really excited when I listened to it, and I think, oh my god, I can't wait to listen to this with friends at, like, you know, barbecues or when we're going out, and it's really what we've needed. I think she's smashed it. I think some of the songs are a tiny bit safe, but they are still amazing. So I think I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
I think every song on this one has a really clear message, and maybe that's why maybe that's where the interpretation comes from, is thinking it's like safe. Maybe I do think every song has a really clear, like, it's the message itself isn't simple, but it's quite easy to understand. I actually would say that this is my favourite album. I think, it is almost quite a simple message, but I don't see that as a negative. So I think I'd give this a 9.
Interesting. Nice. Okay, well, let's take a break and then we'll wrap things up and let Larry
go. Do you need a wee, Larry?
I could pee my pants.
While I was giving my review, then just suddenly got a little pop-up notice being like, lol, really need a wee, guys. So yeah.
Welcome back. Okay, I am still joined by my fellow rah-rah bitches, Tom and Larry.
I'm feeling sweet, but I get a little angry, you know.
Whee!
Full resident of Chromatica.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy
I'll be the judge of that.
I got my citizenship.
Yeah, I'm in the K-pop karaoke bar. Meet you there. It's mad to think we've been doing this for a month now, 5 weeks.
Honestly,
how has fame changed you, Tom?
It's gone straight to your head, I think.
I don't think people realise that, obviously, when you become like really famous and you have to wear sunglasses all the time, it's actually really hard to go around Lidl in sunglasses.
We're not civilians anymore.
No.
Larry?
Oh, a duck to water, love.
Bad girl, Lau Lau.
Yeah.
Bad girl, Lau Lau.
Can't even make it across the island without being papped now, can you?
Oh my god, absolutely.
But it's been amazing, and feel quite lucky that I've had the opportunity to kind of do this. Yeah, we would obviously as well, we'd love to hear your opinions on Chromatica and what we've just discussed.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting like regular conversations with people now, aren't we? Would you say? Like,
yeah.
I feel like we're getting...
it's been lovely. So we had, going on from the last episode, we had... Emily got in touch on Instagram and said that she's now been listening to the Loud Rihanna album, gone back to it, and is fucking rediscovering how sick it is, and how good an era that was for Riri. So that's our influence, that's our effect, you know, our impact.
Streams for Rihanna.
And speaking of reviews and stuff as well, we've actually had a couple of ones on iTunes that aren't from our parents.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys.
So Riley711 said, great pod. If you love pop and good chat, then you will love this pod. We had one from LJ Snooky that said, Top of the Bops. Love the dynamic between the hosts. It's as though you're listening to a couple of friends. Makes me excited to go out and party once this is all over.
Aww.
Amazing that she actually thinks that we're all friends.
I know, that's exactly what I was thinking, yeah.
Actually,
Insane.
arch enemies.
Yeah, I did run we ran a track by track kind of battle for Charlie, but that was 10 tracks. I'm not doing one for 16 tracks. Sorry guys. If you can email in your top tracks of each segment, then we can declare a winner.
Amazing.
Sick.
Okay, loves.
Okay, well, I'll meet you for a Vogue off at the Babylon Bar in 10.
Sounds good.
Bye.
See you then.
Bye.
Love you. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, congrats on getting to the end of the podcast. You clearly are a true bop star. If you like what you're hearing, you can support us by following at the Bopcast on Instagram and Twitter, like us on Facebook, and email us at thebopcast@hotmail.com. Also, please subscribe on wherever you get your podcasts and leave us a review. Love ya.